Welcome back, everyone. It is Tuesday, February 11th in the NBA, and I have three picks incoming. If you are new, my name's Austin from Call on a Shine. As always, we'll dive into a recap of yesterday, another massive day for us. Now, I have the little broom sitting behind me because technically, if you only watched the video yesterday, we had another 4-0 sweep. But we did add two plays after the video dropped. The both of them are the last two picks on the screen. You see Wiggins, we took his under, that cashed. We had Luka's over, he did not come through. But the other picks all smacked. Day one of the ladder challenge cashed. Isaiah Collier with a legendary fourth quarter. Jamal Murray under in threes was sweat free. And so was the Wemby 23s in the Yang under 2.5 threes parlay. So either way, a 5-1 day, we will happily take it. If you just watched the video yesterday, you got to bring out that bad boy once again, a 9-1 run, but really scorching out over the last few days. We only have 3 days before the NBA All-Star break. Let's hopefully end this All-Star break on some good momentum going into, the back half of the NBA season. If you are new, my name is Austin. I appreciate you for tuning in. Do me a favor, go down below, like and subscribe. Simple as that. I appreciate it. As always, if you ever want any added plays or potential to get all the plays early, the easiest way to do that, please do that, is in the DubClub. Like I talk about this every now and then. DubClub gets you access to our Discord. As always, to give people a 2-week free trial, 14 days down below. It's always linked down below in the description. So if you've ever wanted to join, you could join now, or you could wait until after the All-Star break. Either way, you can definitely go down and join. It's normally only $6 a month. You get all the plays early, about an hour before these videos drop. Hence why the lines sometimes are different from what we talk about in these videos, because the DubClub people like to move those lines, which is cool. Also can be annoying, but either way, get in the DubClub, join it. Certainly would appreciate it. But hey, we got 3 plays today. We're going to dive into them right now. Let's get things going. As always, if you ever need any sportsbook deposit matches and things like that, those are all linked down below. With only 3 days left before the All-Star break, you guys know I don't bet the All-Star game. We might be dropping an MLB futures video next week. So hey, stay tuned for that. Let's dive in the picks today. The first one of the day. Coby White over 19.5 points, minus 125 on FanDuel, a 1-unit play. Now you could play it at 20.5. As always, most books will have a 20+ points line. I wouldn't play that higher than maybe minus 135. I don't really like laying more than that on any single points line, unless it's like a 9.5 line and it's for a big man who only scores 2-pointers, if you get what I mean. But end of the day, I really do like this matchup for Coby White, as him and the Bulls are playing against the Pistons. They're playing host to them. Now, in this game, the Bulls are only 4.5-point underdogs. Pretty short for them. They are not great. And then you have over-under sitting at, I want to say, 238.5. So again, pretty solid matchup here in terms of, hey, they expect this game to be close and high scoring. Let's hope Coby White is doing the scoring for his team, and that would obviously be the Chicago Bulls, who will be without Lonzo Ball tonight. I'm not too worried about it. Obviously, Zach LaVine's in Sacramento. They did get Trey Jones and Kevin Huerter going last game, but again, I'm not too worried about those guys stealing a bunch of minutes from us. Now, let's talk about Coby White, and let's talk about this matchup and why I really, really think it's a pretty solid one. Now, Coby White on the season or in his last 30 games, has the hit rate been great? No, it's 13 of his last 30. Again, 19.5 is on a couple different books. A couple books have moved to 20.5, but again, you have a 20+ points line. Now, what you really have to like to see is in his last 5 games, he's been pretty good. 25 points here against the Raptors, 16 shots, 22 against the Pistons, who we will see today. But look at that shooting performance. 5 of 17. Still got the job done. 22 against Miami, 7 of 16. Only 11 shots here, but did score 20 against the T-Wolves, a game they lost by 20. Again, not the best game for him. I did get to the free throw line 6 times. And then, again, 27 points here against the Warriors, 12 field goal attempts. Again, they got smoked. So 2 blowouts, and he still gets the job done. Now, what I really like to see is head-to-head wise, 25 and 22 points versus the Pistons this season. This game was with Zach LaVine. Nikola Vucevic scored 25. I want to say he scored 29. I want to say Zach LaVine also had 25. So again, not a lot of scoring options out there for the Detroit Pistons. And what I really like to see is how we see Coby White scores points. 50% of his points come on above the break 3-pointers, where this is the Pistons team that ranks 29th there. So second to last defensively there. Also pretty bad in the mid-range. Now, in terms of the opportunities and how he scores a lot in transition, which given a total at 240, you'd expect a good amount of transition. So I think 11th best for the Pistons isn't the best. Spot up, not too worried about that. Pick and roll ball handler and free throws, 2 main opportunities where we've seen him kind of turn it on. That's where he's seen 6, 7, 4, 9, only 2 free throw attempts here. So again, he's been getting to the free throw line a good amount, which you love to see. And again, we look at his other lines. You look at his 3-point prop, 3.5. I mean, 3+ is juiced to -160, -170 on a couple different books. And so when you look at Coby White, when he makes three threes, which they're heavily juicing towards the over, when he makes three, look at a guy over in 19 of 25 games. And when you look at when he faces teams that are in the bottom half of the league in terms of above the break 3-point defense, bottom 15, over in 14 of 23. So again, he's been really consistent facing those bad defenses. I think this is a good spot to back him. So I haven't really bet on Coby White maybe this season. I will never put him in a ladder challenge again. If you know, you know. But again, I do like him over tonight. So I'll take it over 19.5 points. Still like it at 20.5, but obviously if you can take a little bit more juice there, that's probably what I would do, because he loves to end on 18, 19, 20 points. So again, take a peek at that. I really do like Coby White. Let's move to my second pick. It's going to be an under, and it's on a guy named Pascal Siakam. I like his under 21.5 points, -105 on DraftKings. Another one unit play. Keeping it simple today. We only have 4 games on. I'll touch on a couple other picks I did look at right after we get through all 3 picks. So definitely stick around towards the end of the video in case you want to hear my thoughts on a couple different other games and matchups and stuff like that. But Pascal, I do like his under in points tonight. Now, the line did change from 21.5 down, 22.5 down to 21.5. I'm not too worried about that. I mean, it's Pascal Siakam. He does like to get close to this line. Let's hope he does not get over. Now, Pascal Siakam, he is over in 2 straight. He did score 33 points against the Clippers and then 23 points against the Lakers. Tip your cap there. But we look at this match against the New York Knicks. Now, I meant to pull up the Knicks depth chart. Obviously, we need to look at, the Knicks and who we're trotting out there. Obviously, we need to talk about OG Anunoby. Now, this has him listed as out. He technically is questionable. I don't expect OG Anunoby to play tonight. If he does, awesome. But instead, I expect Precious Achiuwa to slide into his spot. And so when Pascal's trying to score, you're going to get a lot of minutes of Precious and Karl-Anthony Towns. Both these two guys are obviously pretty big. What is Precious? 6'8", 240. He's probably the primary matchup for Siakam. So end of the day, I see this taking a big hit to the Knicks defense, but I see other guys being able to score, not Pascal Siakam, who, as we see here, where does he score his points? A lot in the paint. So when we got Precious and Karl-Anthony Towns in there, I just don't see him being able to get a bunch of easy, clean looks. Now, sure, the Knicks on paper, not a great paint defense, but you look at how Pascal scores his points, and we're talking about in transition. Sure, they ranked 17th there. Post up, top 10. Spot up, top 5. Free throws, again, very good. I mean, how did he get over against the Lakers? 11 free throw attempts there. Only attempted 2 here, but again, makes 70% of his shots against the Clippers. You tip your cap there. I just don't think this is a good spot for him. I really don't. I think this is a spot where we see better matchups for guys like Halliburton. And we look at Hallie, where the Knicks rank 30th against the pick and roll ball handler. So again, they really struggle against guards. So maybe we see better games from Halliburton. Maybe even Mathurin can get something going. Maybe Nembhard gets something going. Maybe McConnell off the bench. I just don't see it being a big Siakam game. We saw him struggle against the Knicks, 12 and 14 points so far against them this season. Not an uncommon thing last year against them. I'm not really counting these May games. Those are all in the playoffs. Again, last year, 21. We saw him get 20. That was with the Raptors. 18, 19, 19. So again, getting close. And well, not really counting that game. But again, getting close. I just don't see this being as a great spot for him, though, this tonight. When we've seen in games where Tyrese plays, Mathurin, and Nembhard, all those guys suit up, we're looking at a guy that is under in 17 of his last 30. If you were to erase these first 3 games of the season, which are far away, looking at a guy under in 63% of games. So again, not the best spot. Now, we do need to talk about the Pacers and their injury report. The main guy you would want to note is going to be Miles Turner, their starting center. Oops. Come on, stop glitching. Miles Turner, stop with the ads. Miles Turner. Now, there's 2 sides of the equation. Now, number one, let's say Miles Turner plays. That obviously gives the Pacers another scoring threat, gives another guy that could potentially go off and score 25, 30 points. If someone's doing that, obviously Siakam is probably not getting as much usage. Now, what happens if Miles Turner doesn't play? Now, the line might change, but I honestly don't hate it either way, because if Miles Turner doesn't play, we're going to see Thomas Bryant come in here. And at the end of the day, Thomas Bryant, I'm living with him beating me from the 3-point line. So again, he shoots like somewhere in the mid-30s from 3. The Knicks are going to live with that. Whereas Miles Turner, they might give him a little bit more respect. Instead, I could see Cat just playing down low in the paint. Precious Achiuwa down there too. So I just don't see Pascal getting a ton of open looks. If he does, cool, whatever. I'll take my L. But I just think this is a tough spot for him. So I like his under 21.5 points. I think it's a solid play. And then the third and final play of the day, will be day 3 of the or day 2 of the ladder challenge or third pick for 1 unit. As always, we play them for 1 unit, whatever that is for you, plus the $10, which is obviously now a little over $20. I have no idea what we're going to do today. I will have one posted because it's four games. We can find some value in there, but I have no idea. Could it be another 2-leg? Maybe. Could it be a 3-leg, 4-leg? I have no idea. I'm going to pick whatever I feel is the most confident, something I absolutely love, and that's what we're going to play. Simple as that. We'll kind of talk through some different options that I did look at right now, and maybe we'll kind of use those as we guide the ladder challenge. But let's talk about these other games. Now, we'll start with Toronto and Philly. This is a game that I honestly, and to recap our 3 picks, I guess to recap them, for those people that are clicking off right now, Coby White over, Pascal under, and day 2 of the ladder challenge, which we posted down below in the pinned comment. Back to the other games. Joel Embiid is questionable today. A pick I did look hard at, Joel Embiid's over in assists. As you see, I'm kind of cutting off on the screen. He's been pretty good in terms of hitting this line recently. In terms of head-to-head matchups, hasn't played the Raptors this season, but last year, 8, 7, and 9. They do not have Jakob Poeltl. So come on, come in here. Jakob Poeltl is currently out. So Jakob Poeltl out, Brandon Ingram out, RJ Barrett out. Mogbo, maybe Chris Boucher. I have no idea who they're starting. All I know is whoever's out there cannot guard Joel Embiid. So I think double teams will come his way, which is why I kind of like his over and assists. Just didn't want to force a ton of picks onto a short card. In terms of, and then Raptors, I don't bet Raptors props. That team pissed me off. In terms of the Pacers, like I said, I don't mind Halliburton. I don't think I'd put him in the ladder because he's kind of a fraud. But I do obviously like the matchup 30th in pick and roll ball handler defense. A guy I do like his matchup is Karl Anthony Towns. I could see him finding his way into the ladder, coming off a pretty bad game last game against the Celtics. I like this spot a little bit better for him. And so I think he could score pretty well. Head-to-head wise, 21 and 30 points against them so far this season. I actually don't like Jalen Brunson's matchup that much, but I'm not really going to fade him given the Knicks are a disaster on offense. So again, I do like Cat a little bit more as the Knicks. I like him as the best guy with the best matchup. Mikal Bridges, not the best matchup for him. Spot up wise, a little bit better, but he has been pretty bad on the road. Mikal Bridges, yeah, he just hasn't been it. In terms of the other games, Detroit, Chicago, I don't love anyone on the Pistons. Cade's line is about as juiced as heck. I don't really want to play him at 28.5 versus a team like the Bulls that literally play 0 defense. So you could look at him to get the assist, which is going to probably be 9.5, closer to 10 on 10.5 on a bunch of different books. Again, head-to-head wise though, 15 and 10 assists first time. So not a bad look. Vooch has played well against them as well. I don't mind Giddey, but I have a terrible track record with Giddey. So that's kind of why I'm avoiding those other guys. Beasley feels like he's due a dud. But again, it is the Bulls. So I don't take unders versus the Bulls. It's just you lose coin taking unders against the Bulls. And the final game, one that I could target for the ladder, given this one has a total at 244, is the Memphis Grizzlies versus Phoenix Suns game. Like I said, high total. Bradley Beal's out, so D-Book and Kevin Durant are going to get high volume. KD is making his return, though, so there's some injury news there. But if he plays, he's going to play his normal minutes, in my opinion. In terms of the other side, I don't like betting on the Grizzlies. Like, I've talked about Desmond Bane and his assists when Ja Morant's in there. I don't hate that play again. But again, it's the Suns with a high total at 240. I'm not going to really take that. Not a great matchup in terms of the under and assist. So I'm just not touching that. I do like Ja Morant over in points because I just don't think they can stop him. But again, I really don't want to lose again on Ja Morant. I really don't. So that'll piss me off. So I don't mind that. Maybe I might get involved with Ja Morant. I think he gets to 15 easily. But I really don't like it. Maybe Ja Morant finds his way into the ladder, but he pisses me off, man. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I have no idea. This slate is honestly not a good one. So my 3 picks, we already touched on them. Ladder challenge, which will be posted later today. Pascal's under in points and Coby White's over in points. Not a great slate at all. So definitely don't force a ton of action. We have a bunch of games tomorrow. These are teams' last few games before the All-Star break. This is probably these teams' second to last game. They'll probably play either tomorrow or Thursday. So keep it simple. No reason to force a ton of action today. We only have 3 picks. I won't add any plays because honestly, the ladder challenge will probably consist of the other plays that I considered adding. But we'll stay tuned for that. It'll be posted later on today. Maybe target that Suns and Grizzlies game, so it might be posted later than normal given the alt lines. I don't know when those come out. But again, those teams have a pretty set injury report. I'm looking at the Suns. I don't really think anyone else is on the Suns injury report besides Bradley Beal, and he's already been ruled out. So And given that is an NBA game, ESPN game or TNT, you probably get the alt lines earlier just because I feel like they put them out for those games. I don't know. Either way, have a great Tuesday. Let's bring out this broom tomorrow with the 3-0 sweep. I'll see you guys back again with the ladder challenge later on today when it is live. I'll link it somewhere on the screen. You can just click the YouTube short. As always, you get early access to it by joining the DubClub. Again, 14-day free trial link down below. It's Austin signing out. Let's have a great day. See you in the next one. Peace.